In today's video, I got the Platinum to Bugsnax. Bugsnax is a game that looks insanely cute, catching these cute little animal snack things, but you'd be wrong. This game is basically psychological horror, and you should be no more than the age of 25 to play it. Now, obviously, I don't want to spoil too much of the game, but I will be mentioning some things throughout the video. With that, Bugsnax has a total of 28 trophies, including its Platinum, and now I need to seek therapy, so subscribe to help ease me. We begin the game on a ship that we get knocked off of when a big flying piece of pizza hits our ship. Talk about a cheesy intro, huh? Boo! We spent some time just exploring the island when we see that big pizza again and experience an earthquake that knocks us out. We get sent into a flashback where we hear Lizbert talking about her discovery on this new species called Bugsnax. And because our character is a journalist, she'd love for us to go and document her discovery. When we come to, we find a Grumpus on the ground named Filbo. Filbo is one of the many characters we find in this game, and he is, in my opinion, the best one. Talking to Filbo, he tells us to go get him something to eat because he's a hungry boy. So while looking around, we find a Bugsnax named Astrabi, and we trap him and collect him, and we get our first trophy. Everybody gets one. Tell him, Peter.
Apparently everybody gets one.
Bingo.
We then feed Filbo the Strabo we find, and when the Grumpuses eat the Bugsnax, their limbs turn into said snack. Okay, yeah, I don't know how anyone didn't think this could be a bad idea. After doing a couple more quests and some more surgery, we make it into Garden Grove where we meet Wambus. While talking to Wambus, we get some interesting dialogue that says that Lizbert has been missing for quite some time now, and all the Grumpuses have left to go doing their own thing. We then help Wambus a little bit when he gives us a slingshot, which we use to lead a bunger into his pen using ketchup. This quest is just the first of many we have to do for him because by the time we finish, it's already morning time. Just right before we get to Snacksburg, we get a greeting from Beffica. Beffica refers to us as our bestie, and it's just really mean to Filbo, and it makes me very sad. She tells us to go get a journal though, and when I pick it up, we open it and see all the Bugsnax we can collect. All these Bugsnax add up to a total of 100 throughout all the 9 areas. So it's about 50 per area. But after that chat, we finally make it back to Snacksburg, where we end up getting our second trophy. Gone home. We're in Snacksburg, baby. Hello. Once we get settled in a little bit, we interview Filbo, and just to get some insight on who he is and why he's here, we're able to interview every single Grumpus that we bring back here. And once the interview is complete, we normally get something that gets us a little bit closer to finding Lizbert. And once all of them get interviewed, we get a trophy called Talk About Bugsnax. With our next task being to find this guy Gramble, we enter our next area, Simmering Springs. In Simmering Springs, we run into this lady named Question Mark who gives me this device called the Snacktivator. And basically what it does is let me shoot an injection load into them to make whatever spot I want a Bugsnax that I fed them. We soon then run into the ice cream cone from the Amazing World of Gumball, whose name is Wiggle and Gramble. After a tune from Wiggle, we talk to Gramble, who is basically a Bugsnax vegan. He sees that they have a heart and soul, and in fact has 2 of his own, which I totally don't kidnap. 1, 2, boom! Hell yeah. Double trapper. I just stole your kids.
Aw, man.
Gramble then gives us a Bugsnax of his own named Sprout, which is mainly used to kick the Bugsnax out of their hiding spots to eat them, which feels a little weird. But we do end up completing Gramble's quests, which bring him back to Snacksburg. We talk to Wiggle a bit to try to come back, but she says no because she wants to be convinced by Bugsnax, which is basically what everyone wants when they come back. I do end up doing a couple of them, but I got stuck trying to find Poptic, so I continue doing the main quests. And our next main quest is to bring back Beffica. One of our quests is to scan every single type of Bugsnax in the area, which only had 3 more to do, and then find a favorite Bugsnax, which is a wiener. Yeah, you developers are not slick. But after we catch the weenie worm and bring it back to her, we have one more quest to do, and that's to find out what Wambus does at 1 AM. And the truth is actually pretty sad. Wambus built this cactus because of how much he misses his wife Triffany. At first, I wasn't even sure if Triffany was even real, but she was. She just left Snacksburg to focus on her own work, and Wambus got into a deep, dark depression. I told you this was not a kid's game. After we get Beffica back, Filbo decides to throw a small celebration with everyone we've been able to accumulate throughout, and everybody is just enjoying this party.
Welcome to the party.
We are not friends.
Grampus and Wambus get into a bit of a pickle though, because remember, Grampus is a Bugsnax vegan, and Wambus farms the Bugsnax. Yeah, they don't really like each other. I wish I had better footage of this fight, but I just stayed parkouring the campfire, but I did get this though.
You don't know a thing about love. That's why your wife left you.
I swear, this is my version of Love Island. The next morning, I interview Gramble to get me closer to the trophy, and then I talk to Filbo, where bro gives me my own house. It's not much, but it has its flair, I guess. I then make it into Scorch Gorge, where we run into a new Grumpus called Cromdo Face, where he tells us to open this bridge for 100 Bugsnax. That's too much though, because betting on red was not a good move. So instead, he settles if we help him out a little bit. With the use of this launch pad that he gives us, all we have to do is just knock these spider webs off these windmills. skills. But of course, it's not that easy. We have to go get him some Bugsnax. And once we get in those Bugsnax, again, it's not enough, and we have to turn his feet into bicycles so he can walk on the sand that he's already standing on. I haven't currently unlocked those areas yet, so we'll get back to Cromdo. I then took the time to interview Beffica and then set off to find those pop ticks to get Wiggle back. Honestly, I haven't had a worse time trying to get Bugsnax. After a bit though, I eventually get both of the pop ticks and bring back Wiggle. Immediately after that, Beffica gets up to her usual antics where she wants to know what Wiggle does at midnight. Short story kept short, she breaks into Gamble's barn and eats his Bugsnax. Now, it's been a really long time since I got a trophy, so let's pick up the pace and actually get one. While doing a mission for Beffica called the Rumor Mill Part 2, I walk into her old cave and pick up her diary, which isn't real, but this trophy is. Perf dirt. I eventually realized that Wemmis's wife is real and she's over in Scourge Gorge, where when talking to her, she tells us about these skeletons who look like they have Bugsnax that fossilize in their stomachs, which for right now gets ignored. At some point in completing her quest, I catch this weenie worm and it turns out I've caught 25 different Bugsnax because I get another trophy. Quartermaster. Catch 25 unique. What was that to say? Bugsnax, I guess? Once we finish helping Triffany out with her expedition, we eventually convince her to come back to Snacksburg, even if she's not too fond of Wambus right now.
Let's hope the cactus doesn't get jealous.
Once she's back though, Fibble decides to throw another party where we tell some ghost stories before a loud noise alerts everyone. Fibble and I decide to go check it out, and what we find is a broy lookalike from Yo Gabba Gabba named Chandlo. Chandlo's cool. I like Chandlo. He's just a grumpus that likes to work out. We have that in common. Fibble tries to get Chandlo back to Snacksburg, but Chandlo says,
Catch you later, bros!
so after the night comes to an end, I interview Triffany and then start heading my way up to the new area called Sugar Pine Woods, where I actually found the bopsicle Cromdo wanted. But when this guy runs into you, you freeze and have to break out, so logically I shot him a hot sauce, which I feel like should work, but it didn't, which I'm very surprised about. So then I led him into this jacuzzi-esque pond and got him to run into a tree, and I caught him. We eventually find Chandlo here, and he's talking to someone named Snorpy, who sounds like this.
I'm sorry, Chandlo. I'm not coming outside.
Now, would you believe me if I told you this is the same voice as Batman?
Black Mask, put a bounty on my head. Where is he?
I'm sorry, Chandlo. I'm not coming outside.
And fun fact, Chandlo is the voice actor of Spider-Man, so this is the closest we'll ever get to that crossover. And you know what? Leave a comment if you guys would want me to platinum the Arkham trilogy. Hell, even leave a comment if you guys want me to platinum any game. We do ask Chandlo to come back to Snacksburg, and he says no because Snacksburg gives Snorpy anxiety. So he told us to just go talk to him. When we do end up talking to him, he gives us a snack grappler so we can go help Chandlo with his basketballing problem. We complete that and then a couple more bug snatching quests and eventually end up in a tower to get a tool for Snorpy. We use a tool to get out here and convince Batbrain and the Spider to come back to Snacksburg with us. I then just do some more interviews with Wiggle and Chandlo and then end up doing some more side quests, which do get me a trophy once I complete them all. I then went back to Cromdo to finally put those sticks on his feet, and when he gets there, we give him and Snorpy an interview where we learn that Chandlo and Snorpy are dating, and that definitely made some people's dreams come true. That night we hear a scream from Beffica, who claims to have seen something made of Bugsnax pull up, so we get told to follow some clues that really just lead to nothing. And because everyone's scared, we get told immediately we have to bring back the last few Grumpuses. So I head over to the new area in Boiling Bay to find the question mark girl whose name is actually Floofty. We get asked to find her a red Banooper to help him with an experiment called the Snack Experiment. I don't really know how these work, I never really used them, but I think it's just to transform a limb that's already a Bugsnax into a different Bugsnax. It's kind of stupid, I never really understood it. After transforming her to become pretty much unrecognizable, I put a noodle bowl on her head and she tells us she's going to start an experiment in Snacksburg. After bringing back almost all Grumpuses, there is one more left, and that is Shielda. But before I did that, I found a new area named Frosted Peak where my next trophy is obtained. This one's obtained when I launched a Bugsnax to hit another Bugsnax. I did it! Wait, is that actually how I'm supposed to do it? Launch party. In my Frosted Peak travels, I also got a step closer to finding Lizbert when I found her best friend, Eggabell, who's also been missing. Eggabell started looking for Lizbert when Lizbert went missing, which was months ago by this point, and she tells us that this doorway is the last place she hasn't looked. But to get in, we had to insert Bugsnax as keys. Thankfully, the ones I needed, I already had. We still can't get in though because there's 3 pressure plates and we're only 2 people, so we call upon Filbo to come help us out. But another earthquake stops us, which means we can't get in. After that failed attempt, we are finally on our way to find Shielda. She's in the sizzling sands where she's trying to find her inner peace, and she tells us to go fetch her some cheese, catch 2 egglers, and break 2 praying Patanuses. I don't know how to say it. That's like my 5th time we're doing that. I'm done. Once I break my first one, I see a cockroach minding its business when it gets flung in the air, and when I grab it, I get halfway through the Bugsnax race. Halfway there, I collected 50 of these already. Shortly after, I led this black Raspy to Shielda, and she joins the Snacksburg group, getting me the trophy for bringing every Grumpus back. Yes, there it is. Know thy neighbor. When I came back to Snacksburg to talk to Philbo, I got hit with a message telling me I was about to finish the game and to make sure I did everything before entering the mission. So that's exactly what I did. I made sure to get every trophy because I was not sure if I'd be able to get back to my save after this. The first trophy I got basically immediately was for maxing out my inventory by donating Bugsnax to Gramble, which I've been doing throughout the game. But the first real thing I tried to do was starting with getting every Bugsnax. I started out in Flavor Falls and found the secret area with a hidden waterfall. Throughout the game, I got a good chunk of the Bugsnax, I'd say about over 60%. And while I was actually doing pretty good in Flavor Falls, I reached this wall that I couldn't open. And how I opened it was by doing Chandler's last side quest. When I went back to Snacksburg, I saw him and Shielda having a conversation, so I thought it was a good time to interview Shielda, which was my last interview I had to do. Talking about Bugsnax. Everybody is interviewed. Once I got to Chandler though, I did his quest and eventually got to the mission Throwdown. In this mission, he's trying to be the strongest person ever. So in the area, he opens a door and finds a legendary Bugsnax. There's 4 of these legendary Bugsnax and you can only get them through the side quests. And personally, I love when games have side quests like this. I love when they don't feel like side quests. I like when they feel like they have a reason. Once we eventually defeated the Mama Woman, I kind of thought to myself, I don't want there to be any more of these rooms I can't enter, so I'm just going to do all the side quests first. I mean, after all, every quest in the game is basically get Bugsnax for a said person, except for Beffica's though. I hate Beffica with a passion. Her side quests are all the same. Normally, it's literally just find out what this person does at midnight, and it's super repetitive. I mean, it's funny, don't get me wrong.
Not awake, not asleep. Get up, everybody. Come on and do the wiggle with me.
But super repetitive. After about an hour and a half of doing side quests, I found myself with the next legendary Bugsnax named the Megamaki. One thing that sucks a lot about this game is it doesn't tell you how to defeat the legendary Bugsnax, let alone the normal ones. Instead, you have to figure it out. Maybe I'm just stupid, but it's really my only nitpick. Once we defeated the Megamaki, I had a ton of his body parts, so I fed him all to Wiggle and got a trophy for fully transforming a Grumpus. Eventually, we have to fully transform all the Grumpuses for the trophy, and you'll see just how dark this really is at the end. Trust me, it's bad. Maybe just gatekeeping this ending for no reason. This game's been out for 5 years, but maybe you guys are new to this game like me. I eventually used some of the keys that the Grumpuses have been giving me throughout the interviews, and I found a video diary, and I had all 5 in my inventory, so I just binge watched them all and got a trophy for that. I then continued my usual business and transforming the Grumpuses and completing side quests, and I got to the 3rd legendary Bugsnax, which I defeated with ease. And then I got up to the last one, which was the pizza from the beginning of the game. The pizza was actually a decently annoying fight, but with the power of my knowledge coming from YouTube guides, I beat him. There we go. Bossy Bugs, baby. There it is. I had trouble reading that.
Nice work.
Sidetracked. Complete all the side quests. I thought I had more. I guess that's it. You know, when you think about it, defeating the pizza who kicked off the whole game to be my last side quest is actually pretty poetic, I feel. But just because I'm on my last side quest does not mean the game is over. The next trophy I got was when I caught a bunger, fried her in a sody, and fed it to a grump. Now the next one in my eyes is a little fucked up to do, but it's a video game, so who cares? Whenever it's nighttime, Gramble sleepwalks, and this is the only time you're able to give him Bugsnax. So for feeding him one, we get a trophy. Now since most of the side quests had me collect a bunch of Bugsnax, I still had more to collect, and some of them were giving me a lot of problems. This could not be positioned worse, bro. Come on, Sherry. Come on. Why are you moving? There we go. Thank fuck, bro. That took so much unnecessary time. But after this, it only took about 20 minutes before I found the rest, with the last one being a Scoopy. All the Bugsnax have been finally collected. The next trophy I got is another transformation one where I gave a Grump, a Scoopy, a Banopper, and a Cheery. Now the next trophy I struggled with, which is where I'm supposed to stun a Bugsnax with a trip shot that's attached to a hamster that I have in my pocket, and I was just doing this the reverse way. It was hard to figure out, okay, but eventually I got it. Then literally a minute later, I transformed every Grumpus ending with Gramble. I then went over to Simmering Springs so I can throw some cheese at Snorpy and take a picture of him. And while I was here, I also decided to grab every single snack pod. And then when I went to Flavor Falls, this mysterious creature popped up and I scanned it and got a trophy for that. Then once I solved the secret of the dunes, which I totally didn't look up, I got my next trophy. Now we're on to the final quest, Major Celebration. In the final mission, Philbo, Eggabell, and I go back to the door to make it in this time with the warm welcome of the floor falling. And once we land, we find ourselves basically just in the middle of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And while making our way through, we find Philbo, and we make our way through even more and find Lizbert. Lizbert's now turned into this giant monster creature because of all the Bugsnax she has eaten. Now this is gonna sound really fucked up, and it's not just cause she ate the Bugsnax. No, they forcefully jumped down her fucking throat. While interviewing her, she tells us how Bugsnax are all parasites and they change your body and your mind. And it turns out this is their plan all along. They want to make you one of them. That would have been good to know before it transformed everybody. After an earthquake hits, Lizberts tell us to leave the island with the others. Eggobell comes in and joins Lizbert in the hive mind of the Bugsnax, so we have more time to escape. So with that, it's time. We wake up where we originally crashed, and off with Filbo we go. We fight off all the Bugsnax with our fellow friends we've made along the way, until we eventually lead everyone to the ship where we get away. Oh shit. Survivor. What? All the Grumpuses survive. Okay, cool. And the pizza. Yeah, we're fucked.
We're not gonna make it.
Oh! Oh my god. It's them. Oh my god, I forget their name. It's Lizbert and...
Egg.
Yeah. Oh, it's so sad. I totally connected with these characters. You know, I mean, you know what? Maybe Bugsnax were the friends we made along the way. In this time of need where everybody's dying, we can never forget the most important thing. And that is our bugs that are snacks. Oh yeah, baby. Vacations end. And you know what that means after this trophy? Bugsnax Master. But that's it. That's Bugsnax.